Back to the new video where we will going to understand about the mode of HCl secretion. As we know, in stomach there is HCl secretion, which is responsible for many purposes, but one main function would be activating the enzyme pepsinogen to pepsin, which is responsible for digesting proteins, like breaking it down into small peptides, numerous peptides. Peptides means bond between amino acids, which is the simplest form of proteins, we can say. So now we are going to understand how is HCl secreted. We can understand that in stomach we cannot directly pour HCl, or the cells which are present, the epithelium which is present, which is lining the stomach, cannot directly release HCl. Pretty obvious. The reason is pretty obvious that if we are, let's suppose we have HCl in this cell and we are directly secreting into the lumen of the stomach. This is a lumen, so it is pretty obvious this is an acid. This is an acid. This is going to burn this cell. So how can the cell survive? So if the cell is not surviving, then obviously it cannot secrete HCl. So what is the mode? So inside the cell, I have magnified the cell. So inside the cell, we are given that we have something known as carbonic acid, which is H2CO3, which obviously formed from CO2, like combining with water to form H2CO3. So it gets dissociated by the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. I mean, writing it short, it's carbonic anhydrase Ca. So it gets dissociated into H plus and HCO3 minus, which is bicarbonate. So this HCO3, so we have blood in this side and we have the lumen of the stomach in this side. So this HCO3 gets carried into the blood, and in respect to maintain that neutrality of the charge, Cl minus, chloride minus, the chloride ions gets inside the cell from the blood, and then again it is poured into the lumen. So the chloride ion gets poured into the lumen, and in exchange of the hydrogen ion, potassium ion is incorporated inside the cell. So the H plus comes into the lumen of the stomach, and the Cl comes into the Cl minus comes into the lumen of the stomach. So in this way, H plus and Cl minus combines to form HCl, which is obviously present in the stomach for certain purposes, and we know many of the functions, in which the most important one is converting pepsinogen to pepsin for the protein digestion.